This clip is brought to you by aboutthatonline.com.
Peace, family. It's your boy Fonzie Neutron, representing for aboutthatonline.com. And this week we're joined with another exclusive special guest. And he's joining us broadcasting live from Las Vegas. He's a hip-hop legend, one of the co-founders of the hip-hop legendary group Compton's Most Wanted, THA CHILL. What's good with you, sir?
What's up with you, baby? How you doing, man? Pleasure being here with you.
No doubt, man. I usually say I'm chilling, but it's kind of a bit of a pun using the chill term with your name as well. But yeah, I'm chilling like the chill, man.
No doubt. We chilling. Everything chill.
So we definitely appreciate you taking time to tap in with us out here with your fans in the UK and worldwide. So we're definitely looking forward to getting a bit of a, more of an in-depth introduction for the people that don't really know too much. And for those that do, I'm sure they would appreciate hearing again. So do you want to break down for us, I guess, some of your early beginnings with getting into hip hop music? How did you hook up with CMW, or how did you form CMW?
Well, first off, I want to say shout out to the UK, all over the UK. You know what I mean? I really, really am humbled and I accept all the love that the folks of the UK give me. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, I've been in the game for over 30 years professionally. For this Compton's Most Wanted, CMW, that's me, my partner, MC Eiht. And we started this in roughly 87. We OB boys went to school together. Our moms was partners, went to church together. And, we got infected by the bug just like any other youngster of that time. Either it was you're going to be a rapper, a ball player, or a high roller, a dope dealer, you know what I mean? Or a gangbanger. We didn't really have too many options born and raised in Compton back then. So, we was bit by that bug for this, with N.W.A. and Tidy T, King T was cracking iced tea. We seen that there was a outlet, and we chose to pick up the pen, pick up the mic. Through the grace of God, we met DJ Slip, Lonzo, DJ Unknown. We did the Compton compilation. Through that all, we got, it's a Compton thing, a deal with, I think his name was Chance Hayes over at EMI Capital. This is Melvin Moore's husband. And man, the rest is history. Compton's Most Wanted, it's a Compton thing. First LP in 1989. You know what I mean? And we still popping, man. We still cracking.
No doubt, man. That's a lot of miles as well. I want to say shout out to Lonzo Williams as well, because he definitely instrumental in helping a lot of hip hop artists sort of come through to the next level of stuff that we didn't, hear of and know of before. So, I know you guys were on that Compton compilation and stuff like that. So that was one of the first features that people heard of CMW.
Yes, indeed. That was our first time in the studio. Our first time actually doing a song. And how that happened is MC Ren, shout out to Ren, my brother. He used to be across the street from my mom's house. And this is all during the first N.W.A. stuff, N.W.A. in the Posse days. And Easy stayed probably every bit of 4 to 5 minutes from my house, from my mother's house. And, Ren used to always come across the street, come fool with me and, let me hear what you got. Like, oh, that's whack. You know what I mean? And, I was just starting, you know what I mean? And then once he seen something that he liked, he took us over to Ren's. To Easy's, you know what I mean? And Easy was like, I like y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sound like EPMD, you know what I mean? And y'all need to go do some more songs, you know what I mean? I put y'all in the studio, but I got a Butter Law, JJ Fad, DOC, all the stuff that they was doing over there. And I didn't want to wait. And I didn't know where no studio was at. So he is the one that turned us on the line. So he gave us the phone number. It was like, call this number, y'all go to the studio, go make some more songs. Well, we did, so we slid the Gardena to Lonzo's, and that's where we met DJ Slip. And they was doing a Compton compilation, and they asked if we wanted to be a part of it. We like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like, turn the mic on, we'll do it right now. You know what I mean? We had that fire. And he was like, no, I'm gonna put it on a tape. Y'all take it home and write it, come back, you know what I mean? And then we'll lay it. that song was Rhymes Too Funky on the Compton compilation. This is the first song we ever recorded professionally in the studio. And man, you know, that day changed our life. You know what I mean? That day changed our life. Like basically, you know, if it wasn't for that day, we'd probably be different human beings right now. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's how we was born with that, for this Compton's Most Wanted. That's how we got official, like really,
No doubt.
you know, then from there, you know what I mean? It was like, Ren was like, y'all got a record out. Y'all don't need to be over here. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. You know, from Rhymes Too Funky on the Compton compilation, Unknown was doing something. And he was like, I want to mess with y'all. So he did a maxi single on us. This is Compton, Give It Up, and I Give Up Nothing. Put that out in the streets on his label, Big Beat Productions or something like that. And from that, the streets went lit up. And that landed us a deal over there at EMI, Capital. It's a Compton thing, produced by Unknown and DJ Slip. It got serious from there.
Yeah, it definitely will blow up and go to the next level. I mean, you know, all of that was dope and definitely great to hear, especially with just, you know, the first time using the studio was the first time that recording got put down. I want to go back a bit though, just because you slightly mentioned just when you was coming up and some of the artists and stuff that you was listening to. Who would you say was, you know, your inspirations then, that your sort of main go-tos that you was listening to, that you took influence from?
Back in them days, the West Coast was basically, you know, we had hip hop, but our hip hop was basically funk records like Roger Troutman and Zapp, George Clinton, Parliament, Rick James, you know, Confunction and Cameo. You know what I mean? We was listening to a lot of that. Double Dutch Bus. If it was about hip hop or getting your hands on a dirty record, it was about Blowfly, you know, Rap Dirty, or you know, stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? Other than that, it was kind of clown. It was Bobby Jimmy and the Critters and all of that. But what made us really want to do it was when we seen the likes of Ice-T and Tidy T and Mixmaster Spade. You know what I mean? And of course, N.W.A. But before that, we was listening to a lot of funk records, and we was listening to a lot of East Coast hip hop. You know what I mean? We was on our EPMD, KRS-One, LL Cool J, you know what I mean? Just like everybody else, you know what I mean? But what made us actually want to do it was cats like King T, Tidy T, Mixmaster Spade, you know what I mean? And of course, once a dude that used to be across the street from my house, N.W.A, MC Ren, once he did it, it was like, oh, I got to find my way in. We got to figure this out. You know what I mean? Thankfully, he used to be across the street from my pad, you know what I mean? And you know, just like I explained, he hooked us up with Lonzo and we was able to get in, you know what I mean? But inspired by a lot of East Coast driven music, hip hop, Run DMC, you know, EPMD, all of that type of stuff. But our culture was, you know, funk music. That was gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? Parliament, Cameo, Barcades, you know what I mean? All of that, we used to party to that. You know what I mean? We was partying to that on this end.
Yeah, I was playing some of that Barcades the other day, man. Freak show on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's what we was partying. We go to parties, you know.
Yeah.
I think my first house party I ever went to, we was listening to Genius of Love. You know what I mean? What you gonna do when you get out of jail? You know what I mean? And the whole house was just rocking. You know what I mean? That's my first, that's when I jumped off the porch. That's when I'm like, okay, moms, I'm finna go to a party, and she actually let me. You know what I mean? That was Genius of Love, Tom Club, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, as I got older, I was like, dang, the Tom Club is white folks, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that, you know what I mean? But it didn't matter in them days, you know what I mean? It was our culture. If it was funky and it had that gangbang swag to it, we was on it, you know what I mean? We was on it.
Well, I mean, it's crazy because I mean, the visual representation that I guess some of us saw as outlookers on the West Coast, especially from like the 80s going forward, seeing a lot of that party and that funk atmosphere. It looked very fun. It looked very vibrant and stuff like that, you know, but people would also come to realize that there was a darker aspect with a lot of the stuff going on in the streets. So, I mean, what was it like growing up in the place, I should say, with that sort of climate where I guess everybody looks at it and thinks, you know, Hollywood and thinks everywhere out there is all, you know, sunshine and glitz and glamour and stuff, but at the same time having to deal with harsh street realities and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know, those tunes, those songs, that funk music, that gangbang music that we used to listen to was part of that's our culture, as well as the culture based on the West Coast is based on gangbang. All this music that you hear coming from the West Coast is coming from gangbanging. You know what I mean? That's our streets. You know what I mean? In Compton, you know what I mean? South Central, Long Beach, Watts, you know what I mean? Other cities as well. Carson, Linwood. Um, it was tough. You know what I mean? It's crazy because I was just talking to this with JD and Corrupt. I got a big ass map on the other side of my wall, on the other side of the studio, and it got every hood in Southern California. And where we grew up at, South Central, Compton, you know what I mean? It's just colors right there, just a whole big ass thing of colors right there. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is where we lived. This is where we survived. You know what I mean? Like, look at us now. We made it. We all buckshot it out, living in Vegas, living here, traveling there, here, there. You know what I mean? But we made it out of this. You know what I mean? And what the culture was basically like was that music was the soundtrack to low riding, drive-by shootings, dope dealing, you know, the crooked females, the dirty cops, you know what I mean? All of that. You know what I mean? That music was the soundtrack to that. You know what I mean? When you thinking of, you know, Tina Marie or, you know, Natalie Cole or Aretha Franklin or something like that. We use those tunes different than other people used it. This was really a way of life for us. You know what I mean? When George Clinton was throwing up the funk sign, we like, okay, we got signs. You know what I mean? This is the funk's, okay, this is our sign, the Crip sign. You know what I mean? You know, all that music was the soundtrack to our culture in the streets. You know what I mean?
No doubt. So, you know, you mentioned the street culture. We want to get back to some of the CMW albums and work. You know, obviously you guys were young at that time. And for the first album, it's been reported that, you know, you subsequently had to do a bit of time and stuff. And within that, you didn't get to see much of obviously the release and stuff. I mean, could you, I don't need to obviously speak too much on the circumstance, but what was that experience like for you then, like sort of being at the cusp then of really getting the album out and then, you know, kind of getting caught up in a legal situation?
Well, you know, like I say, I'm born and raised in Compton, California. This is the concrete jungle. You know what I mean? Of Southern California. Either you was going to be the guy getting chased home every day, or you was going to be the guy chasing people home every day. I chose to be on the other fence, chasing people. So I was part of a gang. I was part of the streets. I was, you know, 10 toes deep in it, you know what I mean? And with it, you know what I mean? Furthers the question you asked about, you know, where I was at, you know, and got incarcerated, you know, when it was time to be professional, you know, in this business, I was a youngster. I was a kid, every bit of, you know, 15, 16 years old. You know, I was accustomed to the streets. I just wanted to rap and just be hood rich. You know what I mean? And just, you know, the homies like, hey, Chill, your tape. I got your tape. You know, the girls, hey, Chill, I like your tape. You know, that type of shit. I didn't understand that this is a real career. So I'm kind of straddling. You know what I mean? I got one foot in the streets, one foot in the studio. You know what I mean? Give me the money, give me the mic, I'm good. I'm back to the hood. You know what I mean? And with that, I learned that you can't mix both. Both deserves your full attention. You know what I mean? To be able to stay safe, to be able to be prosperous. You know what I mean? So I was trying to figure that out and butt my head a few times on the way. You know what I mean? Doing the first album, the same night we recorded the record, The Duck Sick, I jumped in a stolen car. You know what I mean? I actually drove the stolen car to the studio to record that record. I left. Me and Eiht and another friend of ours was supposed to hook up, go kick it, have some drinks, smoke some weed, little celebration. And I'm in a G-Ride. We called it G-Ride back then, a stolen car. And I'm riding and the police jumped behind me. My first instinct was to run, but I was caught, wasn't nowhere to run. They caught me, I went to jail, and I missed certain songs on the album. Like I was supposed to be on Frontier. There was a few cuts on the album that I was supposed to be on that I wasn't. Well, I got out, you know what I mean? We continued, you know, doing our thing. That was my first hiccup. you know what I mean, as an adult. We start working on our second album. No, we start working on Boys in the Hood soundtrack. The movie Boys in the Hood, John Singleton, rest in peace, God bless his soul. We was able to do some extra parts on the movie, and he approached us about doing a single for the movie. I didn't know it was as serious as having the lead track on there, Growing Up in the Hood. So it's actually 3 versions of that record. It's one version that's on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack, the leading song for that movie, Growing Up in the Hood. That's with me and Eiht on it. Then it's the video version with Eiht doing my vocals and his vocals. And then it's the other version with me and Eiht on it on the Straight Checking Them album. It was on that album as well, the second CMW album.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not on that cover, and that, you know, but I'm on that song, and I was supposed to be on that entire project as well. But once again, 1 foot over here, 1 foot over here. I chose the streets. You know what I mean? When it was time for Music the Drive-By album, that's when I got out. If you open up the cover, you see me on the inside, but I'm not on the record because me and Eiht used to have these conversations. And, you know, real brother conversations. And I used to be like, you know, man, keep going. So when I get out, I got something to do. We can continue our dream. And he kept going. You know what I mean? And when I got out, I just had to figure out what lane I was going to be in. I couldn't come in and, you know, disrupt the program that was already set. You know what I mean? So I came in and just, you know, played a roadie and backgrounded and, you know, figured out my lane and figured out what to do. You know what I'm saying? I was always in the sound. I knew how to DJ. I know how to play, you know, drums, but not mess with work a drum machine. But once I learned how to do that, I figured out what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a rapper as well as produce rappers. You know what I mean? So that's when I started producing Music the Drive-By album.
Okay. Well, that's you know, dope. And the thing is, you know, we did want to ask about what you did after that. You had the Niggas on the Run, which was sort of like a little brief group that you guys put together and stuff as well. Some songs have been uploaded to like YouTube, but nothing was like officially like released and stuff like that. I mean, what was the concept behind that project?
That was I gotta get that up to me getting gaffed. You know what I mean? When I went locked up in Eiht, you know what I mean? In our conversations of me having something to do when I come home. This was a group that he put together, Niggas on the Run, NOTR. This is when we brought our childhood friend out the neighborhood, Boom Bam in. And, you know, I talked to them on the phone and he like, man, I'm thinking about getting behind Boom Bam and a homie named Lil Rock. You know what I mean? I was like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pull the homies off the street. That's dope. So that was the plan. By the time I got out, Lil Rock and Eiht, they couldn't get it together. Lil Rock, his foot was more in the streets than mine. You know what I mean? So versus being a liability in the group, he left the group. I filled that void. You know what I mean? So Niggas on the Run was me, Eiht, and Boom Bam. And we had got a deal with Atlantic Records, Craig Coleman, and we did the project and everything. And for some reason, Eiht and Slip, they couldn't get it together. You know what I mean? Slip, he produced the whole project. Something was going on with the money or whatever, and Craig Coleman shelved the project. That same slot that Junior Mafia had, that was supposed to be Niggas on the Run, NOTR. You know what I mean? We did videos, we got the budget, we did the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? And we was already performing on tour with Eiht on the We Come Strapped project. So, you know what I mean? We was working and it was going to be a big ordeal, but for some odd reason, Slip and Eiht couldn't get it together and that project got shelved. So what does that do? You know, okay, we ain't doing it. Drive you back to the streets. Boom Bam went back to the streets. I went partially back to the streets. I started producing, you know what I mean? So I started taking stuff a little bit more serious, but not as serious as I needed to because I bumped my head and got locked up again. But that time I got out and I started doing my own records. You know what I mean? Like, let me produce some stuff. Double back to MC Ren. He was doing his last project on Ruthless, and he gave me a shot as a producer. And I produced a song called Shot Caller on that project. Me, him, and one of my other homies, Big Rock. I produced that joint, and from that point, it hit me. Start taking it a little bit more serious. Big Hutch, Code 187, KMG, rest in peace. from Above the Law, gave me a shot. You know what I mean? Like, once you produce some stuff for them on Big Hutch album, Executive Decision, and Above the Law, Rich Thug's project. And then Cocaine came in. It's like, I want you to produce some stuff for me. I did some stuff for him. And then I started working on my own projects. I came with the Wind Chill Factor, California, and then, you know, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Got locked up again because of my priors. You know, any small thing end up being big because of all of that stuff I did as a youngster. So when I got out, I started being in different groups, different things, just making my own brand of Chill from Compton's Most Wanted, but still rocking with Compton's Most Wanted and my partner MCA. Yeah. You know what I mean? Eiht has evolved as Eiht now from the Menace to Society movie and all that. So I just had to find me a lane, and my lane was producing. You know what I mean? So I started producing for those people that I just named, as well as, you know, Snoop, one of my partners from school, him and Warren G, gave me a shot on 213 project. I produced 2 songs on that project, Run On Up and Ups and Downs. And then took my talents to the East Coast, you know what I mean? Where I love, you know, what inspired me in music, you know what I mean? And got down with somebody I was a fan of, Redman, you know what I mean? He gave me an opportunity to get down with him on a song called Get 'Em on the Red Going Wild album. I produced that, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, okay, this is what I am. I'm a producer. So I took a hiatus from rapping and just started producing people like crazy. You know what I mean? And then start doing my own projects. That's where the California and the Big Homie Music Volume 1 and 2, and then, you know, Forward 80 and, you know, Forehead and now Elephant. You know what I mean?
Okay, no doubt. You actually answered quite a lot of questions that the fans had asked already within that, which is quite dope, and it shows just it's a testament to, you know, your body of work and how much you put in for the culture and stuff as well, because, you know, people had asked for you to speak on some notable tracks that you had produced for other artists and stuff as well. And another fan question was for a breakdown on members Boom Bam, Little Hawk, Bird, and DJ Slip, what these guys are up to now, if there's any kind of contact with them.
That's the crew. You know what I mean? Compton's Most Wanted is me and Eiht. The crew, the producer of that group is DJ Slip. The DJ of that group at first was DJ N.W.A. Let me clear this up. Everybody think that N.W.A., Ant Capone, was a white guy. He wasn't. He was mixed. You know what I mean? His dad was mixed and his mom was black. And he, you know, was just a light-skinned mixed dude. You know what I mean? He, born and bred in Compton, went to school all our years with us. But for some odd reason, everybody think we got a white dude in the group. You know what I'm saying? He's not white, he's a brother. You know what I mean? But DJ N.W.A. was the first DJ, and come Mike T, you know what I mean, from Inglewood. You know what I mean? He's the Compton's Most Wanted DJ. And like I said, DJ Slip was the producer. We incorporated Boom Bam when I came home from jail, you know what I mean, and formed a new group, NOTR. And we also had another group called Hawk and Bird, Lil Hawk and Bird. That was some other homies out the neighborhood. And they think that's one person, that's 2 people. It's Lil Hawk, and then there's Bird. I mean, Bird, rest in peace. Yeah, Bird got killed in 94, 96, something like that. So he's resting in peace. Hawk, I don't know where Hawk is. He just fell off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Moved on with his life. You know what I mean? Boom Bam, he's, you know, he's around taking care of his family. You know what I mean? Doing his thing. You know, trying to figure out his game. You know what I mean? Before this rapping, he went back to school to be an electrician, and, you know, won with that and stayed with that. You know what I mean? Everybody just grew up and started figuring out their lane. DJ Slip, he moved to Texas and he works on underwater robots out in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. You know what I mean? Like real smart computer tech guy, you know what I mean? He does that. He lives in Texas now. But we all still talk, you know what I mean, with the exception of Hawk and Bird, of course, you know what I mean? We all still talk. Me and Eiht still rock on each other projects right now. You know what I mean? I have my company, Boom Docs. He has his company, Blue Stamp. And we still rock for the Compton's Most Wanted brand, for the CMW brand. We still rock together.
No doubt. And in 2011, you guys launched another supergroup, the First Generation. You know, yourself, Eiht, Jail, Felony, Corrupt, King T, Gangsta, of the Comrade, Sajinx, and DJ Battlecat. So, I mean, that's one heck of a lineup.
Yeah, this First Generation is a group that I put together 2011, 2010. And I was producing for these cats already individually. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to figure out how we can do something big to where, you know, it can be accepted and not rejected at all. You know what I mean? That's just too much power, too much history, as well as, you know what I mean? It's a big ordeal. So me and Gangsta from the Conrads, we was at my studio one night and we were sitting up talking. And I was like, man, I want to do something big, man. Like we need to all be in a group together or something. And he like, let's do it. So we sitting on my patio, we smoking a blunt, and we just jaw jacking. And I'm like, man, I'm finna call J.O. You know what I mean? I called J.O. I'm like, man, I want to do something big, man. We need to be in a group together. You know what I'm saying? J.O. like, I'm in. I hung up the phone with J.O. I called Eiht, like, man, we need to do something dope. He like, I'm in. You know what I mean? I called King T. King T like, man, I'm in. You know what I mean? But I called Corrupt, and I wasn't expecting him to be in a group. I just was telling him about it. And he was like, I'm in. Have everybody pull up at my house. You know what I mean? So next couple of days, we all pulled up at his house. And then I wanted to not to just be rappers. I wanted to pull in powerful producers as well. You know what I mean? So I went and I called Sir Jinx. He got all that Ice Cube shit lined up. I got all the Compton's Most Wanted and all that shit lined up. Battle Cat had all the Snoop Dogg shit lined up. So I called him. I'm like, this is too powerful. You know what I mean? So we had first generation of producers and rappers. You know what I mean? And we all sitting in the valley at Corrupt House. And the name of the group, we never had it. You know what I mean? I think it was something somebody had said, and Corrupt was like, that's the name of the group. I never liked it. You know what I'm saying? First generation. Until it was explained. You know what I mean? He was like, well, you and Eiht is the first generation of y'all lane. You know what I'm saying? King T, he's the first generation. You know what I mean? After King T come y'all, you and Eiht. Then after that come Corrupt in them. And then after Corrupt and J.O. Felony. You know what I mean? Yeah. After that, the comrades come. You know what I'm saying? So it was first generation of every chapter of the West Coast. You know what I mean? So we did a couple of shows together. We was, you know, recording. We'd be at Corrupt House probably once every other week or whatever, recording. Out of that, we had like probably the whole album done. You know what I'm saying? But we couldn't all stay out of jail at the same time. You know what I mean? King T got gaffled for a minute. J.O. got gaffled. The Gangsta got gaffled. Then I got gaffled again. You know what I mean? And I always told them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I all want to be president. You know what I mean? This project is so powerful. I all want us to be here for it. You know what I mean? And we couldn't get it together. Yep. So now that we all together, 10, 15, 12 years later, and me and Corrupt sitting in my studio, and we like, man, pull that first generation shit back up. You know what I mean? Nah. We pulled it up. I pulled it up on a hard drive, and I'm like, this shit's still banging hard. You know what I'm saying? So I took the vocals, remixed some shit, you know what I mean? Mix some other songs, put it together. We turned it to an EP because individually we had put songs on our individual projects anyway. I had Sharks in the Water and Killing Me Softly. I think Jinx has Fairweather Friend. Eiht has some, and then we got a couple of songs that's going on Corrupt Project. You know, shit like that. Battle Cat was spinning them, you know, out DJing somewhere. You know what I mean? So, you know, we just took what we had left and I made a project out of it. You know what I mean? Out of it, we did the Joseph Lineberg produced Rapture. We did the video for that. We came out here in Vegas. Everybody met up here at my studio and we went and shot the video for Rapture. It was a dope turnout. You know what I'm saying? That video is out now. You know what I'm saying? For those that haven't seen it, it's first generation Rapture. And Coolio and Wino showed up. BG Knockout, you know, from Easy's camp showed up. And man, we just had a good old West Coast time, man. You know what I'm saying? All that power in one room, just having a grand old time. It's after COVID. This is when everybody able to come back outside and all of that, you know what I mean? So out of it, we just started, you know, to feel that powerful vibe again. You know what I mean? Turned around and put all the old footage together and did a video. My boy Ray from Westlife, he do all my visuals. He put together, him and Bayleaf put together this old footage we had from when we was recording back in 2010. you know what I mean, made a video for Over, which is the song that was on Jinx project, but we call it Over. And I remixed it. And we did the video for that, put that out. And off of that, man, the fans is going crazy. And we like, you know what? Let's put out this EP. You know what I mean? So First Generation Rapture EP is out right now. You know what I mean? First Generation. And, you know, we respect the Mouse Westmore and, you know, even groups like Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, and, you know, all these different connection groups. I want to say, and I can say firmly that we one of the first that did it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say they bid it off of us or nothing like that to go that for, but we the first. You know what I mean? First generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely people go out and check out that video and stuff in the project.
Yeah, it's out right now.
You got the Elephant Project, which is also out right now, but that features a lot of legends and stuff too. I mean, before we get into that though as well, you also did another legendary supergroup we just want to quickly touch on, which was the Dirty G's.
Dirty OGs.
Dirty OGs.
Yeah, that's a project that Weasel Loke, my homie Weasel Loke, he put together. You know, Trade E from the East Siders, he was locked up, and I was as well. You know, we had these dirty phones in there, and Trade E got out a year before I did, and they was recording over at Joseph Lineberg studio, project called Dirty OGs. You know, it was a spinoff from First Generation, but this is something Weasel put together with Corrupt and Trade E. And when I came home, they was just so eager to get me back to work and get me in the studio. They was like, man, you got to come be one of these dudes in the Dirty OGs, this, that, the other. So I went to the studio like 3 days after I got out. They wouldn't let me leave. I was just stuck in the studio working. And out of it came the, you know, we got now a next project. I got my equipment back up and we got, you know, back rolling. I started taking shit serious again. And out of it, the Dirty OGs came. We got a deal with RBC. And, you know, shout out to Brian Shafton. And, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We put out that project. We could have went farther with it. But the thing is, you know, when you in these connection groups, you know what I mean? These promoters, they're kind of slick because, you know, Corrupt would get 6, 7 bands, you know, himself to go perform. We could freak it. You know, I get 5, 6, you know, myself to go perform growing up in the hood. Trade E as well, to go do G'd Up or I Love It. You know what I mean? And, you know, Weasel got some jams too. So, and then we put Cocaine in the group to do all the hooks to serve as a Nate Dogg of our group. And, you know, they trying to give us, you know, $7 grand for the whole band to perform. You know what I'm saying? We really ain't eating, you know what I mean? So, you know, the promoters really wasn't trying to kick up a lot of money. You know, that's why we wasn't really doing too many shows. We did a couple. You know, and they was so phenomenal. They was getting turned out. Like the police was shutting them down. You know what I mean? It was just too much power. You know what I mean? When you got all of that power in there. And it just fizzled, man. You know what I'm saying? Trade E started doing his weed strand. Weasel started doing his weed strand as well as Corrupt with the Moon Rocks. I got back to producing and, you know, I put out the Forehead project. I started focusing on my company, Boom Docs, but we still Dirty OGs. We still partners. You know what I'm saying? We turned it actually to a car club. To where we got a whole bunch of low riders and all that shit. But ain't no telling, you know, in the near future, you know what I mean? We may get back to it. You know what I'm saying? We got a cold patent. We forever Dirty OGs. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even without the music, you know what I mean? But we have put out a project called We Got Now and Next. You know what I mean? And it's still out there on the street clowning. You know, it's a low rider classic.
Well, I mean, you know, big Trade D, shouts out to Trade D. He wouldn't feature on the Elephant album, but it would feature Corrupt, JD, Gangsta with the Comrades, C-Bo, many others. I mean, Cocaine on there. You want to break down this album for us and, you know, just the whole process of pulling it together?
With Elephant, it shows a sign of growth. First of all, the elephant to me is one of the heaviest animals in the jungle, as well as family orientated. They have a great memory. It's just where I'm at in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's some heavy game. I'm heavy in this jungle, as well as I'm family orientated. I'm married. I have a beautiful wife. I have beautiful children. And they are more important to me than anything. So I named this project Elephant because I'm in a jungle and I'm family orientated. And, you know, it's just heavy on my head. You know what I mean? It's just heavy game. You know what I mean? You know, it's not address the elephant in the room because there's nothing to address. It's when the elephant's in the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of the jungle. Really, when they think the lion is, I think the elephant is. You know what I mean? There's other animals that's just as powerful when you think of an alligator, a croc, or a hippopotamus. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, whatever it is. You know what I mean? A buffalo. You know what I mean? I done seen these things take down a lion. So how are they king of the jungle when they getting took down by certain animals? Preferably an elephant. You know what I mean? So I would take shit down for my family. You know what I mean? Just like an elephant. You know what I mean? So that's what this project is about. For this, my features on there, I always mess with the unorthodox features. I'm so West Coast, it ain't even funny. You know what I mean? On the project before that, Forehead. You know what I mean? A lot of people haven't heard from MC Ren in a minute. So it was only right to put MC Ren on my song Lost. You know what I mean? On Forward 80 project, the project before that, they never heard me with Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs. You know what I mean? They don't even know we know each other. You know what I mean? So it's too easy to go grab Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Short. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, you know, is always in the limelight. You know what I mean? I wanted to go grab people, you know, that was inspirational in our culture. You know what I mean? I worked my way up to, you know what, let me spread my wings. It's bigger than the West Coast. You know what I mean? I mess with all kind of music. You know what I mean? I love the Goody Mob.
The Goody Mob, yeah.
Yeah, I love the Goody Mob. So I went and got Cujo. You know what I mean? That's my boy. Every time I go to Atlanta, the Goody Mob show me love. The whole Dungeon family do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I reached out to him and he was like, hell yeah. And we got some other stuff we're working on as well. Shout out to Cujo Goody. As well as, you know, Cocaine, that's my dirty brother. We always gonna rock anything funky. Cocaine gonna be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Sibo, you know what I'm saying? People don't even know that me and Sibo know each other. You know what I mean? We know each other in the streets. So it was only right that we did, you know, we got out on my project and I got out on his project too on some production as well. You know, me and Eiht, that's a no-brainer. The people, they love to see me and him together as well as Corrupt. You know what I mean? You know, I just really just try to think outside the box. I don't try to keep the same features as everybody else. I try to do something different where people be like, oh man, I ain't heard from Sibo in a minute, man. Damn, you know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from this person. Yeah, yeah. Eiht and Chill got another song. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of the wait for the Compton's Most Wanted reunion. You know what I mean? You know, so I get out on his projects, he get out on my projects. It's that situation. So that's what's up with the Elephant. I want to showcase my production. You know what I mean? I want to showcase my production and my production team. I got a cat from Sweden. His name is Furhand. You know what I mean? He get down with me and Eiht a lot, as well as myself. You know what I mean? My homie Day One, he gets down. You know what I mean? So I want to showcase my production and my production team. You know what I mean? So I went in with the production. I kept it classic with the cuts and scratches and the breakdowns. And, you know what I mean? I wanted it to sound hella West Coast and hella Compton's Most Wanted, but at the same time, refreshing to the ear. You know what I mean? With the way music has evolved. You know what I mean? So that's what the Elephant is about. It's out right now. And it's clowning, man. You know what I'm saying? I just checked my streams. People is really funking with me. And I appreciate it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Coming from where I come from, the struggle is real. You know what I mean? This is my passion. I'm sensitive about it as well as I care about it. You know what I mean? On down to the mixing and mastering. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, people put out quantity music, but it's not quality music. So I really want to put out something that was real quality. You know what I mean? And that's what the Elephant is about.
No doubt, man. Definitely a solid project. Really encourage people to check it out. You can hear it on digital platforms, Spotify,
Tidal, everywhere. Anywhere they stream music, it's there. Deezer, anywhere they stream music, it's there. And go peep the videos too on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I actually got another video I'm finna drop. It's like Grand Theft Audio. It's a song with me and Sibo. They Don't Bang. Me, Sibo, and Gangsta. That's who's on that song.
Okay, definitely a dope one to look forward to. I mean, you spoke about some legends and stuff recently. Did you see any of the recent versus battles? And if there was a versus for CMW, who would you go up against?
My bad, say that again.
Did you see the recent versus battles? And if there was a versus with CMW, who would you say would be fitting for you to go up against?
You know, a lot of people been sliding. First of all, shout out to versus, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Tim and Swiss first started this, You know what I mean? It's dope. And everybody gonna always have their opinion, you know what I'm saying, on what should be done. But the fact is, you know what I'm saying, these guys did it and it's dope. It's a dope platform. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. And I've been paying attention to it myself. I want to see some more West on there. You know what I mean? Keeping it 100 and thinking about that. If it was West, who would it be? You know what I'm saying? We already know it's not the platform for Dr. Dre. Snoop Dogg did it already, and that was very entertaining with DMX. Shout out to him. Bless his soul. You know, Too Short and 40, that was real dope. You know what I mean? But, you know, I want to see some other West groups. And then I thought about, you know what I'm saying, who could it be? And you know, a lot of people been hitting me and people have some great ideas. They like Compton's Most Wanted and Above the Law. I'm like, that would be a dope versus, because I don't want to call us underdogs. I want to call us real legends of the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? When you think Above the Law and Black Superman and murder rapping, you know what I mean? Untouchables, you know what I'm saying? And it's a big ordeal with KMG. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? We'll both be giving it up for him because that's a real good friend of mine. Yeah. God bless his soul. And just lining up the songs, you know what I mean? I'm like, that would be a good versus right there. People was like Eiht and Scarface. I'm like, yeah, that'd be dope, but it'd be Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about Eiht and DJ Quick. I'm like, two different genres. And it's too much connected to it. You know what I'm saying? Gang bang shit, old beef, all that type of shit. It wouldn't work. So, and it'd be corny. You know what I mean? It'd be hella corny. You know what I mean? But Compton's Most Wanted and Above the Law, that would be iconic.
Yeah, that could be something that maybe I definitely,
that would be iconic.
I definitely would love to see that on the stage because you know you
definitely get Timberland, Timbo, Swizzy, Za. Come on, man.
Make it happen.
Above the Law, Compton's Most Wanted versus, and let's do it in Las Vegas, man. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So before we wind down, I'm going to ask you a couple of names. We usually do a bit of word association. You know, we name a couple of artists and you just give any thoughts you got on them or any experiences you have of the person.
Oh.
So the first one we got is Tupac.
The epitome of West Coast hip hop. Hands down. Cocky, powerful, believable, mean what he say, as well as gentle enough to tell you about a baby, a mother, you know what I'm saying, a father, the struggle, you know what I mean, and all of that. You know what I mean? The epitome of West Coast hip hop, Tupac.
No doubt. Next up, we got Los Angeles of the Himalayas.
Who you said?
Los Angeles of the Himalayas.
Los Angeles, I'm not really up on him like that, but I heard about him. I really don't have no opinion on that.
Okay.
It's not that I don't like him or do like him. I'm not really up on him like that. It's so much these days, you know, I listen to old school music, bro. Keeping it 100.
Well, next up, we got Nipsey Hussle.
Another meaning of a epitome of West Coast hip hop, strictly about West Coast culture. People throw the word legend around too much. I don't want to be like everybody else and say he's a legend. I want to go deeper and say he's the epitome of Los Angeles. He takes you to LA. You know what I'm saying? For people, before we had YouTube and the internet and all that, and we just had records. If I was to listen to a Nipsey record without the internet and all that, I would really feel like I'm on Crenshaw and Slauson in South Central. He takes you there. He's the epitome of South Central hip hop, West Coast. Shout out to him. Forever Nip.
Okay, next up, we got JD of the Lynch Mob.
JD out the Lynch Mob is first of all, shout out to my brother. This is a real friend of mine. So this answer probably wouldn't be fair to another motherfucker, but to me, I'm gonna say it how I say it. This is a dude that did 28 years in prison. First of all, he was a star before he left. He would have been bigger than Snoop Dogg, I believe, before he left. He came back, he's focused, he got right back to it. You know what I mean? And not only that, just personal with his personal life, he's a great man. You know what I mean? And it goes to show that regardless what you go through, when you fall down, you can get back up. You know what I mean? He's a dude that's leading by example. I would say he is the leader of examples when it comes to our culture, when it comes to manhood in our culture. He's the leader of examples.
No doubt. We got a couple more going over to the East Coast. Big Daddy Kane.
That's the flyest in hip hop to me. And that's just not on the East Coast. That's on all coasts. You know what I'm saying? With the flows, with the swag, with the, you know, I ain't even talking about his big ass cameo cut. I'm talking about how he spit it. You know what I'm saying? How he does it effortless. Even in his 50s, he's still effortless. And he know how to dance. He's not too cool to dance. I'm too cool to dance. He's not. You know what I'm saying? So I would say Big Daddy Kane definitely the flyest.
Okay. And the last one, because, you know, the other guy you wasn't really that familiar with, will say Slick Rick.
Slick Rick is definitely the king. And when I say the king, I mean the epitome, the messiah, the whatever's the highest accolade I could give a guy of story writing. You know what I mean? And he's the flyest with the jewels. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you could take your chain off and put it on somebody else and still be fly, he's the guy. Shout out to Slick Rick, one of my childhood heroes. You know what I'm saying? I grew up to the adventures of Slick Rick. You know what I mean? I really thought he was Superman or Batman or somebody. You know what I mean? He's a superhero to me.
Yeah, no,
yes, indeed.
We talk about that sometimes, especially with hip hop legends. And, you know, we love to give flowers because, as you said, in different aspects, like, you know, we do deem a lot of the artists and entertainers as like heroes in a lot of ways and stuff when we're coming up. With that being said, you know, you spoke briefly about your current project and stuff. What can fans expect coming up? Do you have anything else that you're going to be dropping this year or next year? Like, what can you look out for?
Man, I told people at the beginning of the year, man, I was going to put foots on their neck and I wasn't going to stop, and I wasn't lying. You know what I mean? I started off the year, you know what I mean, with JD, you know what I mean, Put It All Together single. From there, I came with the Elephant project, my project, Elephant. From there, I came with First Generation. From there, I came with one of my childhood buddies I put out, and his streams is doing well, Dogman Compton. It's crazy, from the day this interview right here, tonight, MC Ren, double back to MC Ren. I produced his whole EP from top to bottom. It's called Osiris. That's finna drop. You know what I mean? I still got, you know, a few videos in the can for Elephant that I'm finna drop. One be They Don't Bang Like This with Sibo and Gangsta. We got a whole campaign for MC Ren Osiris project we finna drop. I'm also dropping a secret album. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm letting you know that I got another project that I'm finna drop, but I ain't gonna get a name of it yet. I just wanna just drop it, you know what I mean? And it's bananas. It's definitely controversial bananas. I'm talking cash shit on this thing. I'm working on a documentary called Compton's Best Kept Secret. You know what I mean? And it's kind of melting together, me as a producer and as a rapper, because either people know me from a producer or people know me from the rapper from Compton's Most Wanted. I'm trying to meld them together. So I have my own company, once again, Boom Docs Productions. That's Boom, B-O-O-M, like boom. You know what I mean? Boom Docs Productions. And, you know, we have studios here in Vegas. I have a hair salon for my wife. She gets it in. She over there doing somebody hair now in there. I also have a clothing store where we do tees and sweatshirts and hats. And I have a clothing line called Animal Wear that I'm about to launch. My documentary it consists of all my people. You'll see Eiht, you'll see Battle Cat, you'll see my dad, you'll see my sister, you'll see my kids, you'll see Brand, you'll see a lot of people on there. This is something I've been working on for probably about a year and a half now. I'm trying to strike a deal with either Prime or Netflix or HBO or something for it. I want it to be a big old deal and be able to tell my story while I'm here to tell my story, because life is wicked these days. You know what I mean? And, you know, life goes by fast. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody that's going through something, that lost somebody. So I'm just trying to just be part of generational curse and make sure that I have something for my children when my time comes. You know what I mean? And at this point, I do. You know what I mean? And at the marathon that I'm running, they'll be straight, and they'll never have to go through what I went through.
No doubt, man.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
important, man. Breaking generational curses and stuff and advancing the game, you know, making positive changes. We definitely see you as a huge inspiration in the work that you're doing, all the stuff you've been able to accomplish and are still continually accomplishing. So with that being said, I know you've been through a lot, experienced a lot. What message would you give to just like young people out there that they could take away as a words of inspiration or motivation, you know?
Man, all I would say, man, is I've been in this game for a long time, and the key to lasting is caring about your stuff. You know what I mean? If you care about it, then anything that falls under that is gonna happen. Meaning, you're gonna care about how it sounds. You're gonna care enough to be there. You're gonna care enough to be available for it. You're gonna care enough for how you speak about it. What does it mean? You know, and like I said, how it sounds. Meaning, you know what I mean? You ain't just doing quantity music. You're doing quality music. You know what I mean? You actually spending time in order to you know, put out a classic. Because what I drop, I want people to go back and listen to it like we listen to Marvin Gaye records, Rick James records. I want people to still be able to hear it 20, 30 years later. You know what I mean? And I think I'm on the right course. You know what I mean? So I would tell youngsters, let that be the end game. Don't just be a fast food rapper. You know what I mean? Because in and out is just what it is, in and out. You know what I'm saying? You want to be, you know, the steakhouse, you know, the crab shack, you know, something that's actually going to be great. You know what I mean? So be great. Don't just be a fly by night, you know, care about what you're doing. And that's inside out. And everything that falls under that one word, care. Under care is love, respect, loyalty, you know, honesty. You know what I mean? It's time. It's so much that fall under care. You know what I mean? Care about your stuff, care about yourself, care about your career, care about your loved ones, care about the people that's under you, your children, because you could be dead today. What your kids gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to deal with nothing of this world. You feel me? You want them to deal with what you laced as a man. So that's what I would tell the youngsters, man. Last, man, I want to look back 30-something odd years and be like, I remember that when a youngster started, and his shit still slapping. Care about your shit. That's what I could tell them.
Oh, that man, that's a real game, heavy game. We're gonna call that elephant game right there, man. So, do you want to let everybody know where they can find you on social media and stuff?
Man, make sure y'all tap in, man. At THA CHILL CMW is at THA CHILL. You know what I'm saying? Tap all the links in my bios. Everything is there. You know what I'm saying? Where you can find me on music. Slide in my DM for some business. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's you know, follow me. I'll follow you back. You know what I'm saying? I talk shit with you. I clown. You know what I mean? Man, I love the love. I appreciate the love, and I also show love. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, follow me at THA CHILL CMW. That's at THA CHILL. All
right, that's what's up, man. It's your boy Fonzie, representing for BatterOnline.com. Definitely shouts out to the Chill. Shouts out to all of the fam out there on the West Coast, East Coast, and the South. And we out until next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on BatterOnline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.